Boom, we are fucking on. The much anticipated, it took a while to get this organised because a lot of these people don't like to leave their little area up north. I finally got Peeps Remz from BlackTeethRedGums, formerly known as Gravity Ponds down. How you going?
Good, brother.
Good man, yourself?
Not bad. So, how is it to be down south in the best area in South Australia?
I'm on the fucking moon.
You're on the moon.
I'm not over the moon, but I'm on the moon.
So, how's it going and how did it start?
What, getting down here?
Yeah, nah. So, you stopped music for 10 years.
Roughly, yeah.
Roughly 10 years?
Yeah.
I stopped Rem stopped a little bit before me.
Yeah, I probably stopped in 2014, I reckon, was my last sort of... I dropped one tape and then that was sort of it.
It was
Yeah.
early
Yeah.
2014, I
Yeah.
reckon.
Yeah, and my last one was 2017, I think.
2017.
Yeah.
And then what was the thought process just like, fuck it, let's just do it again, or?
Oh, to get back into it?
Yeah.
We're just at a point where we just had the time and the just, I guess, the hunger to do it again. And honestly, like, one of the biggest things was young Goobsy.
Goobsy.
Yeah, razzing us up. Goobsy always said he was like a big fan of ours, and he'd always stayed on contact over Instagram and shit. And yeah, he just kept on hassling us, and yeah, just got to a good point. Everyone was ready, you know. We had to take that break. I took a break to get with I got married, started an apprenticeship, bought a house. Fucking just had
Adult
to
shit.
just get my life on track, bro. Because with the music stuff, it just takes up so much time, and I was just in like a pretty dead end job. Didn't enjoy it. The job was good for our music at the time because I could always just take time off and do what I want. But yeah, just need to get our shit together, bro.
Yeah. And we were just talking off camera about Gravity Ponds and how big it was at the time, and it, like, almost a bit ahead of its time with your music videos and shit like that. Was it almost frustrating to like sit on the sidelines and just watch people like excel when that could have been you, or is that just a thing that you don't think about?
I think now we sort of understand where we were at, but I don't think back then we sort of understood what we're doing.
As a reflection, it's a lot more obvious.
Yeah. And like back then...
Hindsight's 2020.
And like that's the other thing about sort of leaving. Like back then, the whole scene in general was pretty dog shit. Like, it wasn't enjoyable. It wasn't enjoyable to do a gig. It wasn't enjoyable working with other artists. It was just sort of like...
Was everyone just trying to step on each other?
That, and it was just like...
And not doing anything productive with it,
Yeah.
if that makes
our
sense.
Our shit was always different. Like, we were doing death rap. We were the only we were the first I guess first people in Australia to do death rap at the time. But from that break, I enjoyed it, just being a fan.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah,
that's why now we've got so much to say, you know, because I think I just, at those like 7 years or whatever, 6 years, I just soaked up so much music, man, and I was just enjoying being a fan, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a totally different space now.
Yeah.
Like when I was growing up, like, you'd have your hilltops and your funkors, and they all had that like traditional Aussie hip hop sound. Whereas now you got like drill rappers, you got more, like, it's a totally different scene now. There's more genres in the genre.
And it's crazy now also because when we were going through, like, we were fans of like Funkors and Hilltops and all those guys from back then, and now it's completely switched because the generation coming up we're fans of us.
Yeah.
And that's something that we found when we come back.
Prime
It's like,
example, you said Goobsy before. I'm not an Aussie hip hop aficionado at all. I'd never pretend to be. When I was growing up, I used to fucking like to party, so I like EDM.
Yeah.
Like, I used to like hip hop, but I never really delved into Aussie hip hop. And when I got Goobsy on and me and him became good friends, he was telling me how Peeps was like pretty much the major inspiration to his music. And now that I deep dived into Peeps' shit, you can fucking hear it, like the influence in it, because you got that like aggressive fucking
Yeah, it's where I spit from, bro. That's my voice is always so dividing to people. It's like people.
It's one of those ones you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it.
But I've just always rapped like that, bro. It's just what it is, you know. But now a lot of people love it. Like when we had the break, we always kept. I checked on the comments every now and then on the videos and stuff, and people were always just like, "Oh, when's fucking this cunt coming back? When's that?" You know, they were frothing. So, I guess just the time away, made us realise that, you know.
And did you use when you started Gravity Ponds? How old were you?
Oh, fuck.
That was 2000.
18?
Yeah, 18, 19. So that was like 2006, 2007.
2006,
When-
2007.
When
it
me and
was-
Rem started rapping, yeah.
And it was so different back then, bro. Like, obviously, like, nothing of what we got today existed. So we were like, we had this, like...
Handing out CDs and shit.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. That's how we
MP3s.
did our first release.
MySpace.
I burnt them all on my fucking Mac.
Yeah, bro.
You
MySpace
would have had
is
to
sick.
We
promote
had
on
MySpace.
MySpace and
Yeah,
shit.
fucking oath.
Yeah, it was good. But like I was saying, like back then, it was easier to get recognised because there wasn't as many people. Does that make sense? Like the pool was smaller.
It's the same as podcasting, dude. If I
Yeah.
started this podcast 15 years ago,
Yep.
just by default, if I was consistent, I'd be massive right now.
And I think that's where we kind of landed in Gravity Ponds. But it wasn't before Gravity Ponds. It was just Peeps and Remz.
It was just Peeps and Remz.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did one release.
So you have always, did you grow up together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the Barossa?
Remz was he's been my best mate since I was 13.
No shit.
He was one of the leaders of the Bradley gang back in high school.
That doesn't surprise me.
He's talking shit.
I remember when I met Rems for the first time. It was that when Goobsy was. Who did What was the name of the artist? Cogs.
Yeah,
he was
Cogs
on
Show,
Goobsy.
yeah.
And I met Rems, and I had this picture of Rems in my head. I'd never seen you, and I was like, oh, he probably looks like a rough cunt, and he's just like there, just look. He just looks like such a gentleman.
I am a gentleman,
Yeah.
man.
You are a gentleman.
Like a stockbroker.
You are different. You different story.
That was the first gig I've been to in 12, 13 years.
I did. That was I've never been to an Aussie hip hop show.
Yeah.
I only went for Goobs, and
Yeah.
the crowd was awesome, but there was some different characters there, eh?
Bro, it was way better than what
way-
it used to be.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
different
I was
back
like
in the day.
mad surprised.
Well, I imagine back in the day it would have been a lot of graphers and just like
Graphing. It's pretty much like when we went to the. I loved it back in the day, but you'd always see the same people. It'd be like, oh, there's that kind,
Yeah.
that kind, that kind.
It'd be a scene.
and there'd be like a 10% of like people coming in and coming out, but you'd always recognise the same people.
yeah. And so is it growing up in the Barossa? Is it rough there? I've never really been up. I've been up to the Barossa once.
It's like a small town thing. It's like when there's nothing else to do, people get involved in drugs, bro. So it's just ice and all that sort of shit.
Heaps of art in the Barossa.
Fucking oath there is.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Nice.
Small town mentality.
It's just small
They got
town
nothing to
mentality.
keep
So it's
busy.
like that when you go to any country town, bro.
Did you grow up on acreages?
I grew up on, but when my parents were together, they split when I was pretty young, but we had 4 acres.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just grew up I was in Gawler, man. So that's like, are you familiar with where that is?
Gawler's like 30 minutes away, 40 minutes
from
away.
Barossa.
Yeah.
And then I went to school up in Barossa.
I woke up in
Peeps.
Gawler once when I was like 19.
Yeah, great place. Gawler back in the day, same as Barossa, was rough as guts.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's got this like really gentrified kind of vibe now up there. Or I'm sure it's probably the same.
Yeah.
Like there's still shit going on.
Oh, it's
but
not as bad.
It's
No
not
way.
as bad.
Yeah, it's not like there's fucking shooting. It's just like,
Oh, dude,
It's just drugs, bro.
It's
It's
like
just-
down south. Like
Nah, it's
people
like
people
anywhere,
think
bro.
down south's like scummy as fuck. But
Yeah.
there is pockets of it that
Yeah.
are a bit like, hey, going. But it's just fine down here. Like,
Yeah,
you're
I'll
not
stay
gonna
down
get
there.
stabbed. You'll
yeah.
see a nice crackhead every now and then.
yeah.
That's just moving around a bit weird, like Harley. Like you might find him down here
It don't-
behind a bin on a Saturday.
Back in the day, it
Standard.
might have been like that. Like Gawler, I remember like driving around with my mum in the morning, like as a young kid, and there would be like stabbings after a Saturday night and stuff like that. That's how it used to be.
Yeah, see, my cousins grew up in Elizabeth in like the 80s and 90s, and apparently it was pretty hectic then.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad was originally in Elizabeth. He was like one of the first guys, like that first generation there. He was in the Rockers, the old fucking. Do you know what the Rockers are?
Nah.
So they're like Like,
Well, this is a clip.
they're into like rock music, like Jimmy Barnes and all that sort of shit. But that's where Jimmy Barnes is from as well, Elizabeth.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is Jimmy Barnes from Elizabeth?
Yeah, it's from Elizabeth.
Yeah.
So like rockers had like the fucking tight skinny jeans, the fucking ripples, like the fishnet fucking shirts. I got this like photo of my dad. So funny. Like how like school tall lanky cunt, fucking tight black jeans, ripples, fucking fishnet shirt with a fucking little dagger hanging out of his jeans and a fucking and like ciggy packet up in the shirt and shit.
This is just fucking John Travolta's.
Yeah, they were just like rough cunts. Used to just like box on with heaps of people.
Just go out and bash wogs.
Oh, they used to get they used to get in fights with
I can say that, by the way.
yeah. So they'd always get in fights with the skinheads and shit. There was like skinhead
Yeah,
gangs
right.
and then rockers.
No shit.
Yeah.
Was that a strictly northern thing?
I don't know. It's Elizabeth. Yeah.
Was that just like a vibe in the? Well, that would have been like 80s.
Yeah. Earlier than
70s,
80s.
80s.
Yeah, 70s, 80s. Yeah.
No shit. So when you started, when you were 16, did you say Gravity Ponds?
We were freestyling.
Probably
just freestyling
Yeah,
and
just
shit for
fucking around.
years.
18 is probably when we like
Started.
started. I
Let's
think.
be a rapper.
It would have been so hard. See, that I wanted to start this podcast about, I'd say 12 years ago. But the thought of it, because of the technology, it was a lot harder.
Yeah.
Like, you had to be kind of tech savvy to start it up. Even rapping back then would have
It's hard, bro.
been would have been so fucking hard.
The difference with us though is because we grew up with DJs, so we grew up with like full. Ross is like fully D&D.
Drum and bass.
So like our producer slash DJ was. He
Big
was
ups
like
Was,
a
by the way.
really good drum and bass.
What was his name?
Was big up
Was.
Wazza. He's still one of our closest mates.
So he was like a really good drum and bass DJ, and we hang around with those sort of people. So we just started rapping the drum and bass stuff like through headphones and shit. But then when we started, like that sort of knowledge sort of passed on through recording and bits and pieces like that. So it was a little bit easier, but still hard as fuck.
Yeah, right.
One of the biggest reasons why we went to rap though is because drum and bass MCs, they're just there like to big up the DJ.
Yeah.
Like you just drop a little couple of bars here and there before drops and stuff. But me and Remz are just like, blah, 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 and they're just like, shut the fuck up.
You're talking too much.
Yeah, pretty much, bro.
MCs at a EDM or drum and bass show is
bro.
just useless. It's just,
Some of them are good.
It's just a job to have a job though.
Yeah, some of it's
Yeah,
good.
that's like
Back in the
who was
day.
the dude back in the day?
A lot Skibbity and all that.
The Pat. Fuck, I forgot his
MC
name.
Pace, I think.
Yeah, Pace. He was pretty good.
Yeah, he was good.
Well, Fatboy Slim actually is good on the mic. I remember seeing him a few
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, no, there's some good ones.
Fatboy
but-
Slim.
Yeah.
Did he MC?
He used to
No,
MC.
no.
Like when he's DJing, he like makes a. I don't think he has an MC. He MCs himself. But
Inside.
yeah, it would have been so much harder just even putting together a fucking video clip.
Oh,
Like you showed me that video clip before. That could have been made last year.
But
Yeah.
same
Besides
thing,
like the actual video quality of it, like the
Yeah.
actual editing and shit, that could have been made last year, and that would have been such a fucking process.
Yeah.
the
10
same
years
thing.
ago.
We were just fortunate to know the right people.
Yeah.
So like even back then, we knew a guy called Ryan Adio, and then he knew a guy called Kieran who did a lot of the clips for like heavy metal bands and stuff.
Yeah, hardcore bands.
And he became really big actually, and he
Yeah.
did a lot of he did the Potion, and then Adio
Yeah.
did Monster as well.
Yeah, so the
That's
Potion,
the one that you showed me
Yeah.
before, Monster.
but Potion is our first film clip, and that's what I was saying to you before about not many people were doing film clips back then, and I think that's why we kind of made such a big splash at that time.
Or like film clips of good quality.
Yeah.
There was motherfuckers like recording shit on their phones in their
Yeah.
backyards.
On a
and they look
Sony Ericsson.
terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas like we always had this idea that we need to match what people are really doing in the industry, no matter what. So I think that brought a lot of eyes to us because it,
So where did you come into all of this?
like 2011.
2010.
So you were
Somewhere
like
around there,
you
yeah.
would be like the Suge Knight of Gravity.
Not quite at the time, but
Yeah, not if you've seen him back then.
I rolled into a hip hop gig because I've always,
Scenes.
like I said, I've always been into hip hop, but I was same as you. I used to
Because
DJ.
I've always, sorry for cutting you off, but I've always wondered, I'm like, where the fuck does Harley fit into all
Yeah.
this? Hey.
No, I used to DJ in town and shit. Like I used to play electronic music. I used to promote, and pretty much I went to a Chino XL gig, and the homie that I was rolling with was working with Peeps' little brother.
No shit.
And by chance, we were just at the bar chopping it up, talking, and then Tyson, Peeps' little brother's like, oh yeah, my brother's up tonight, and then introduced us all. They were all loose as, I was loose, and we just got along really well.
We were
and
bad back then.
Out of the blue, like the music was sick. I tapped into it. I had heard a couple of songs before because I was always listening to hip hop, even when I was doing the electronic stuff. And then, yeah, I don't know. I think I got an invite around, and it just sort of eventuated from there. They could see I had a lot of ideas. I was always that annoying cunt that would hit people up and be like, "Oh, you should be doing this. You should be doing that."
You do have like a hell good wealth of knowledge. You've given me some really fucking good tips and shit.
A lot of people don't know, but we wouldn't be anything without Harley, man. Harley's one of the biggest drives.
And even Goobsy said like you're a real genius with marketing and shit.
Thank you.
And
that's
especially back then, man, because we were just
loose
on one. And
it's hard when you're like, when you're 18 and you're...
I was 19 at the time. I'm a bit younger than these
when
lads,
you're
so
getting
really
like
young.
a little bit of like some sort of fame or like making a name of yourself, and you're a loose unit as it is, and then you go to a show and everyone... It's like... It's probably not good for you unless you can manage it right.
No, it's not, man. That's how we got in trouble all the time, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you shitheads?
Oh,
just fighting. I was really bad fighting.
Really?
Yeah. I just like boxing on, but I was just a dumb idiot kid, man.
Yeah. But that's... When you're 18, it's just kind of... It's harder now because people bring knives to fights and shit.
Yeah, well, back in the day, man, at the pubs and the Brossa and shit, you'd punch on with some kind.
Oh, in the small towns as well, everyone's punching on.
It's literally every shut like closing time, 2 a.m. There'd just be fights out the front.
It'd be like the equivalent of the Vic. You just would have
It
never...
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like it's just everyone's just like pacing around, just
waiting.
Bro, there's just like six different groups of fights every time the pub
but then
closes.
the
Friday
next
night,
week at
fight
the
night.
pub, you see him like, oh yeah, fucking good fight last weekend, or you like see him, you just like give him a fucking nod and
No bad blood.
nah, bro, have a fucking beer and move on.
That's the only thing I was gonna touch on this later, but I think the issue with Australian hip hop now is a lot of kids are portraying a lifestyle that they don't live.
Yeah.
Especially in like in Sydney because of the drill scene and stuff. A lot of these kids see like 1-4 and
They want to make money, bro.
they want to make money, and it's easy. It's not easy to make money, but it's easy to make a viral clip now if you're smart. And these kids know what pop off.
These cunts aren't even doing like crime for fucking money and shit.
Well, they've never sold fucking gear or...
but they're doing like dumb crime and shit just to upload on Snapchat, just to get notoriety between their pals. You know what I mean? It's not even about money or fucking getting anything out
It's
of
all
it.
clout chasing.
They just want to be known for something.
They're not coming from a shit home and they need to do these things. They're doing them for a certain
lot of them
agenda.
are, though, you know what I mean? But there's some,
Yeah, it's a different scene
But in
now.
the same breath, that's what we used to do. We used to cause trouble to cause trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no...
But you want to be
benefit
known
from
as
it.
a bad cunt.
Yeah, it's sort of like gaining weight in your name back then.
So when you were growing up, Aussie hip hop would have been like pretty new. So did you have people to kind of look up to?
It wasn't even really new, bro. There's been Aussie rap since late 80s, bro.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Our
So-
first... What was the first gig we went to was... Pegs and
2005.
Funkers and all that.
So my ultimate knowledge of Aussie hip hop is that like a good foundation of it is Hilltop Hoods, Funkors
Back in the day.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Are they like the kind of, what would you attribute like as to the OGs of Aussie hip hop?
Oh,
Lyrical Commission would be...
Lyrical
top
Commission,
for me.
Taunts.
Are these
Taunts-
South
Taunts-
Australia? Are you going Australia wide or is this?
Australia wide,
That's
yeah.
Australia wide, yeah.
Taunts
Like-
was well
Massive
ahead of his
influence
time.
for us. Like, big up Taunts all day, man. We're lucky enough to work with him and call him my mate. He's just always been ahead of the curve, bro. He even still doing it to this day, man. Like you watch him fucking online and shit. He'll like call something out, say this is going to be big in a couple of years. You watch, and he's called it out time and time again, bro.
No shit.
And even with his albums, man, he's just always been ahead of the curve.
Like that Decimation CD
Recordings.
that he did,
Dude.
way ago, was so ahead of its time. It stands up today.
Still stands up today.
You obviously listen to a lot of traditional like American style hip hop as well.
Back then it wasn't cool to like to like American hip hop if you're into Aussie hip hop.
But like Onyx,
It was fuck that American shit.
Yeah.
but like Onyx and shit, like that was
we always
huge influence. Big L and but not some of the like more commercial ones. But like Onyx was probably my biggest back in the day.
So now, did you have any other taste in music or was it strictly hip hop?
I was into metal.
I was going to say, because you look like you were a bit of a metalhead.
Oh, bro, you seen when I was like, there's a photo of me when I was like 13, rocking up to high school, first day. I had like a fucking spiked hair, like blonde spikes, like full like Ramstein.
You should bring it back.
Oh, I should
Fucking
have.
oath. You nearly went in a metal band, didn't you?
No.
You sound like
Same
you would
for a
be
metal
good
band?
at... If you
Yeah.
didn't veer left
I
and
think
go
so.
into rap, you sound like you would be good in like a hardcore band or something,
Yeah.
because you got that raspy fucking
Nah,
voice.
but my voice isn't as powerful as you think.
Mm,
Because it comes from the top.
mm.
But also, bro, also drum and bass. Like that was one of
Oh
our
yeah, drum and
biggest
bass.
things.
Yeah, true.
I used to mix drum and bass back in the day. But that was just like that fucking Barossa drum and bass culture, pingers, all that sort of shit, bro.
Pingers.
Lots of them back in the day.
Pingers.
Pingers, bro.
Are they
I
a
still
thing?
like-
Do people still do pingers?
Yeah, but they're not really pingers.
Oh, mate. Pingers.
Mainly fentanyl.
Fentanyl. Don't even get me started on fentanyl. I'm going to Vegas in August and I'm terrified of it. But yeah, pingers were a thing back in the day.
They were.
I don't know what the kids are doing now.
Who knows, man?
I got
Mainly heroin and
Ketamine.
shard, I think. And,
Ketamine.
lots of GHB.
Is cat big
It's all
now?
cheap now.
I think kids like cat, man.
It's really cheap, so all these losers are getting on it.
Yeah, no
unfortunately.
shit.
Like,
But so
don't play with that shit.
you finished up Gravity Ponds. Was it just you deciding you just kind of need to not grow up, but you just need to kind of make something of yourselves in your personal lives?
Oh, we just separate, just going down different paths to Vamps, the guy I used to rap with, you know what I mean? Like, we just went this way, he was going that way, so yeah, that was pretty much it, man. So we decided, you know, I've always been best mates with Remz. I was living with him and we were just like used to hang out, just rap and write shit, and I was producing at the time. Sorry. Had the studio at our house, so yeah, and Vamps wasn't living with us, so we just kept on doing our music. He was doing his thing, and yeah, that was it, man.
Yeah, no shit. And now yous have come back and the promotion use it like just smash social media
Yeah.
with promotion for BlackTeethRedGums.
And that's mostly Harley, man.
So you manage all of that.
Yeah, I manage fucking heaps of pages.
We're still
at
on
the
there though.
moment,
You'll
so-
see me and Remz are still on the pages as well. So.
And it's like it's Peeps alluded to it before, but from that break, man, it's just like I don't know what happened during the break, but we can write so much better.
There's just probably more clarity in your
Yeah.
mind because you aren't just your mind's not racing.
Yeah,
And I think there's not trying to prove anything. Like honestly, most of it's just fun. Because we're all set up in life now where we all earn good wages. We own our houses. With all that sort of shit. We don't need We're not trying to bust our ass to fucking earn a couple of bucks. You know what I mean?
You're not doing anything you're not doing anything just to get a value of money out
Well,
of
yeah,
it.
as much of a cliche as it sounds, it's literally that. We're just doing it for fun.
Yeah.
That's like, you'll hear the shit that Remz is rapping, the new stuff, and the stuff that I'm rapping. It's like, completely different.
Like
Two different
that
paths.
song Gums is so fucking good. The
Thanks, man.
film
Oh, you
clip's
like it?
good. I really like it.
we just recorded that in a grow tent.
Really, yeah, it looks like it.
Legit, that's what it was.
It's so good though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
thanks, man.
The
Appreciate
new
it.
one's sick.
Yeah,
Which one?
Levels, the new clip.
Growth.
I listened to that.
Yeah,
before.
big ups, the young man
Making
making
Grey,
grey.
yeah.
Yeah, he's spazzed on it, bro.
That's
Genius.
probably our best music clip we've had
Yeah,
done so
crazy,
far.
bro.
The editing that he's done for
Yeah.
us is incredible.
Yeah, right. No shit. Which one was the one that you were telling me last podcast we did that you wanted to go to the Barossa and film?
That was the
That's the
one.
one.
That was the
so
one.
that's that one.
Yeah.
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 And you've got it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when's that dropping?
30.
Jan 30th.
Yeah.
Yeah, same date as the album drop. So,
A week and a half.
yep.
We've
Week and a half.
Bro, since July, we've probably done. What do you reckon? 40 songs
I was gonna say
Heaps,
you
bro.
sent me a
By
Google
accident.
Drive,
by accident.
and I'm like, how many are these cunts making a song every like 3 days?
No, when we go to
That's right.
studio, we do like
Smash.
5 to 6 songs.
What's the
Yeah.
because everyone's process is different. Do you because there's two of you? Obviously, the process would be really different for you two because you've got to collaborate a lot.
Well, it's easy on the BTRG stuff. It's like we're so different in the music that we like. It's kind of we're just meeting in the middle, and then we'll just
Yeah.
pick the beats that Remz kind of likes and that I do like,
Facts.
Well, he didn't. Fun fact: he didn't want to rap on that Gums beat because he was like,
That Gums beat's so good.
Yeah, I hated it, man.
yeah.
Really?
But then he learned. He's like, "Fuck, that's sick."
Well, no, I didn't hate it.
He didn't hate it. It just
No, it's
wasn't
just-
what he wanted to do.
It's
Your
not his
style
days.
obviously seems more flowy, and yours is more punchy.
Yeah, mine's a bit
Yeah.
faster.
Mine's more like wordplay, dumb bars that I get that other people
Yeah.
don't get.
And yours, yeah, it's to polar opposites. That's why it works though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's always
Yeah.
been like that too.
You'll see in our solo EPs how different. Our
So do
style
you
is, so-
sit down together and write?
No.
No, you just both write your verses.
Yep.
If there's a topic, we'll
Mm-hmm.
sort of talk about the topic. Like growth, was obviously a topic.
Yeah.
Gums, it was just bars.
Yeah, and then just show each other, send
yeah.
each other our verse, and go, "What do you think?"
Do
Yeah,
you
sick.
fucking like? Will you make a thing of it? You're probably both different, but will you like sit down at a desk and fucking literally write?
No,
Oh, hell no.
No.
I just like be driving, and I was like, come up with a bar, and go, oh yeah, that's a bar.
I'm the
Put that
same,
down.
man. In the car.
Yeah.
At all times.
And then just bang voice note or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
straight away, done.
And then I
Yeah,
send
no
it.
shit.
We usually send the voice notes to each other
Yeah,
and
The-
see if it's good or not.
The most interesting shit about rap, especially, is everyone's got a different process.
I like driving to me because you see a lot of stuff. Like I like to be in like environments where I can see things because then the words sort of come to you.
I ride at the gym as well. Like,
Yeah.
They say what is it? Creativity like flows
When
better when
you're
you're moving.
when you're performing any kind of physical exertion, that's why apparently it's best to study, or you retain a lot of knowledge apparently when
Yeah.
you're exerting physical energy.
Yeah.
So a lot of people will go for runs and shit, and that's when they feel
Yep.
like their brain's ticking the most.
That's why I just look like a fucking psychopath at the gym, bro. Just like lifting
Just
weights.
fucking
Just be like
trying to find bars.
You can't just
I mean, and then there's the stuff where they'll write a back and forth track, and then I'll get 56 notifications on my messenger
Yeah.
while I'm at work of these guys writing bars at work.
And Harley's just
going
like a
back
cheer
and
squad,
forth.
just like go, go,
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, or just laughing at the funny lines or the wordplay that come through. But
So you would have had some fucking wild nights when you were younger, like doing shows and stuff.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can say on camera a night you can recall?
stand up was crazy.
Yeah,
that was a
stand-up
massive
was
hip hop
crazy.
festival.
Do you mean
up in
wild
Brizzy.
night as in post gig or during gig?
Just the
As-
whole thing was a
I
shit
said,
show.
it was fun.
Oh,
at that
yeah.
stand-up gig, it was funny. Some lad tried to pull something on one of our flows. Tried to pull something on.
No, of.
Yeah, one of his
Like through-
one of his
through
mates said it was hell funny, and they can't. And so Flows went because it was one of our younger lads. Flows went up there, and the cunt was still holding the thing, man. And I literally seen Flows with a water bottle peg the fucking bottle at his nose and fucking split his nose. That was a funny one.
Defeated by a water bottle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was gold, bro. It was funny.
Brought a knife to a water bottle
Yeah.
fight.
But there's lots of just
The interstate ones were probably.
He's
Did
like
you use
worse
tour?
than
Did you use
interstate.
tour a lot on the like interstate and stuff?
We've never toured, man.
No, we've
Really?
done lots of Melbourne gigs, done that
Brizzy.
couple of Brizzy gigs, but a lot in Melbourne, man. We got heaps of homies over there.
They're all
Melbourne's rap scene is. Would you say Melbourne's one of the best spots for Aussie hip hop?
It depends, man. It comes in waves. It's like there was a time when Melbourne just owned everything.
Because Perth seems like it's a hot spot at the moment too.
Yeah, they're good. It just depends. It's all different steves, though. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
even like Adelaide's doing crazy at the moment, bro. Like
Adelaide does have some fucking really good up and comers,
yeah, they're doing. Everyone's doing good.
and I like the Kirby with his fucking producing
Big ups
and,
Kirby. He's
and
the
his
best,
beats. He's so good with it.
Really.
Yeah, he's a dope cunt too. I love Kirby.
Legend.
Big him up.
We've got to get him down here. It's
Yeah.
hard to convince people to come down south, man.
Yeah, it's too far, bro.
I don't blame them.
There's nothing down here.
You drove here at fucking 2:30 in the morning on 3 minutes notice, cunt.
That was for free UFC pay per view.
he drove here so he didn't have to pay for the pay-per-view.
It's not that far though, man. It was an
No.
hour from Gordon.
It's just like north. It's so funny. Like I live like an hour away from. Like I got heaps of mates down here.
Oh, dude, when
yeah.
I lived in Sydney, an hour was the closest fucking petty station.
Yeah, okay.
And that was normal.
Yeah.
But in Adelaide, we're so spoiled, fucking 40 minutes is far.
Yeah, it is.
It's an overgrown small town mentality, man. Like I think we all grew up in a time where we grew up in small towns and that. So It's just something that you bring with you later in life.
I don't even know. I couldn't tell you that. The last time I went up north, I went to Hollywood Plaza.
Oh shit! I don't know if
Sorry,
that's
yeah,
there.
We used to hang out there.
I think they tore that
It's there,
sign
but they
down.
tore the big sign.
Is
Yeah.
Hollywood Plaza not there anymore?
Nah, the
We used to
sign's
go
gone,
gym
bro.
there.
What is it?
Yeah, we did used to go gym there
Yeah.
when we lived in Mawson Lakes. The sign's gone, bro.
So it's not Hollywood Plaza anymore?
Yeah, it's never been the same.
Yeah, right. So you don't just hang out there anymore?
Under the sign.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of weeks, but yeah.
Just post up on a wall and just look at cunts?
Yeah, fucking hell. Nah,
That's Elizabeth, bro.
I'm too busy fucking doing other shit, bro.
Oh, it's a wild place. Fucking, there was my cousin used to live, like I was saying, my cousins lived there in the 80s and shit. And there was a murder and there was just like 2 heads in a bin like 20 metres from their house. And that was just
Yeah.
normal back then.
Well, that's near where the bodies were at Snowtown.
Yeah, it's not
Salisbury.
too far from
Salisbury, yeah.
Snowtown, isn't it?
Oh,
No. The bodies were at Salisbury. All the murders were done there.
Bro, Snowtown's
Really?
miles away.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait.
Just
so,
up the road
So
from
the
Hollywood
murders were done
In Salisbury.
in Salisbury,
In Salisbury,
and
yeah.
then the bodies were taken to
They were dumped in
Snowtown,
Snowtown,
Literally-
which is like 2 hours away.
Yeah, like on the way to
Yeah,
Port
it was
Augusta.
funny. Like when we used to celebrate when I was a kid, would go to Charlie's. Do you remember that? It was like all
Charlie's
Charlie's
Diner.
Diner.
Yeah.
Or down here.
No, there's one up north.
They're
Oh,
everywhere,
was
bro.
it?
But it's
Yeah.
funny when we're driving, and then Dad would be like, "Yep, that's where the bloody Snowtown
Yeah.
murders were done, son." And I was, I was like, "Yeah, sick."
They were trying to sell the bank
Yeah,
for like $2 million.
yeah.
That or whatever it was, that the bodies were
But yeah,
in the barrels.
Yeah, it was all done in
for real?
Salisbury, bro.
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes from
no
my house, pretty well.
shit.
Yeah.
That's why the Salt Lakes and all that are in the movie, yeah?
Yep.
Because they drive through the Salt Lakes on the side of the expressway.
Yeah, no shit. I went to Kapunda once, that cemetery.
So, Kapunda's fucked, bro.
That place is fucking demonic.
Oh, yeah.
That's
It's all haunted out
sketchy.
there, bro.
Gravity Ponds, yeah? It originated from... Gravity Ponds is a house in Barossa. I used to live there. And it's like this old house on the outskirts of Newry. And it's...
Newry up there.
Yeah. And like the actual house is called Gravity Ponds. And it is the most haunted fucking place I've ever lived in my life.
Oh, bro.
Terrifying,
Legit
bro.
things happening. Like
Yeah.
shit flying across the tables.
I had music going up and down, computers turning on. Like,
Nah, that's
it
fucking
was
gross.
next level, bro.
The most you get down here is a meth addict banging on your door at like 2 a.m. that's fucking enough.
There's heaps of haunted shit in the Barossa though up that way.
That sketches
Yeah.
me out. Because, like, I went to Kapunda Cemetery one night, like,
Yeah.
2, 3 a.m. That was the grossest feeling I've
Yeah.
ever felt, eh?
Kapunda's meant to be like the most haunted in South
The,
Australia.
the,
like that.
the cemetery, because I'm fairly sure it was like a home for troubled girls or something, or orphans. It was an orphanage. I don't know, I'm going to butcher it, but it was something like that. And the priest was molesting all of the girls.
As they do.
And it was as they do. And it, Jesus Christ. And fucking,
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
And he got some of them pregnant and shit, and it's all demolished now.
my God.
But you can,
Yeah, I
like,
went there
you
as a kid.
see some shit there.
Yeah, I've been there. I went there when I was young because that's right
That
next
was-
to Barossa. It is
Yeah,
Barossa.
yeah. Barossa's a pretty good. I always wish I grew up more rural, because
Yeah.
I reckon it would have been a lot more fun when you're younger.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, there's good shit to do, bro.
But also bad.
Yeah. Just for that drug thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like you just seen so many friends like would just it's like it's either in you or it isn't. Like with the addiction thing, you know. People you just seen so many mates fucking end up selling their shit
Yeah.
and going on the run and
but then you see a lot of success stories as
yeah,
well.
exactly.
It's
Yeah.
just it's the same anywhere
It's
you
either
go,
in you
bro.
or it's
It
not.
either
man.
teaches like valuable lessons or
Yeah.
sends you down a path. you
It's the
shouldn't be going.
people that just can't fucking get over that they're not 18 anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Like
Yeah.
I have heaps of mates that when I was 18, they're still doing the exact
Yeah.
same thing as when we were 18.
And I
Yeah.
think that was one of the biggest things we've gone away from the music. We just had to grow up, bro.
Yeah.
Like
And it's made better music for
yeah,
you though.
Yeah.
like we all accomplished so much since we left, man. So
Yeah, fucking oath.
yeah, it's good.
It's good. Have you two ever had a biff where you like fuck? Obviously, because
Oh, yeah.
you like
Yeah.
brothers. You
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, a few.
Yeah.
Not anything.
We've only had
physical.
like one. No, nothing physical.
Yeah.
But yeah, just lovers tips, I think, bro.
I remember Jace ran over my CC and dries once, and I was like pretty fucking pissed off about that.
When was that?
Like way back.
He's been holding on to this for 17
Still
years.
holding on. We're going to talk about it here.
We almost got in a brawl, but then he fucking took off in his SV5000 mock-up VP Commodore, and yeah, run over my my CC and dry. I was pretty pissed off about that. That's about as bad as it got.
And now he's been holding on to that
Yeah.
for years.
I've never heard that, man.
Dog,
It's a new one for me.
Yeah.
He didn't talk to you for 2 weeks. And you were like, what's going
you
on?
still owe me a fucking 6-pack of CC and dry. I can't.
And
done.
so since then, you've been doing your thing with the barbecue as well, Pete.
Yeah, I don't. So I've always got to have some kind of creative outlet.
Dude, you're fucking nice with it though.
Yeah, I've always got to have something. But I started cooking when I was young, because when my parents separated, it was just me and my little brother at home.
So you had to.
With mum, yeah, because mum was a nurse, so she was on night shift. So mum would just be like, I'll leave this here, like a jar of fucking chicken tonight or whatever, and some chicken and some pasta or whatever. But then I just started, I've always loved cooking, man.
But you went pretty with the barbecue, because I'm a chef. I left school when I was 16, and I went into like fine dining at 17. Did my apprenticeship.
Yep.
But I've always loved charcoal cooking, anything with charcoal or fire or wood.
Yeah.
And your shit's fucking legit.
Yeah. Well, I've done competition barbecue while I was gone for like 3 years with my boy Aaron Palmer, Line Slow Basics.
The man.
We're doing a podcast.
Yeah, good.
Thanks to you.
Yeah, good.
Oh,
So
sick.
he started that page, and then he got me involved to help him with the content, because I'd actually been barbecuing a bit longer than him, and then that just fucking blew up, bro. And then started getting free barbecues and all this sort of shit. And then we started doing the competition barbecue. But yeah, my first comp, I came last place in my category, and then the last comp I went in, I came first place. And I just fucking hang up the gloves, mate.
Retired.
Right, retired on top,
retired
bro.
on a high.
Try and take my tofu from me, cunts.
And did you? Have you seen that spot in Perth?
Which
It's
one?
all over. I don't know the name. Dan's. It's all
I don't
over.
know.
He's got
Is that
really
barbecue,
good,
is it?
It's barbecue.
Yeah, see, I'd never eat out barbecue.
Oh,
ever.
bro, he only opens 1 day a week.
Does he?
Sells out.
But he cooks like fucking 400 kilos of brisket,
Oh,
and
shit.
it sells out.
Shit.
Yeah.
But he's from America. He's American.
Ah, okay.
But because every time I've personally been out to eat barbecue, American style barbecue in Australia, it's always been a letdown
Because it has to be reheated, bro.
or I've always been able to make it better at home, obviously, because you're letting it rest for that 5 hours, that brisket,
Yeah.
and then you're cutting straight into it and eating it.
Yeah, but you know, like 9 times out of 10, that barbecue's been
It's being reheated.
it's been reheated, because you just can't fucking cook a brisket to order.
That's why that spot in Perth looks
Yeah.
fucking legit,
Yeah.
because I think they're only open 1 to 2 days a week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's why it's always better doing it at home, bro. But yeah,
That's why it's fucking. Because there's that low and slow in Port Adelaide's not too bad.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
yep,
But
yeah, they were the OGs back in the day.
they're probably the.
They really brought a lot of attention to it, eh? That was sort of the first, wasn't it?
That restaurant, I think, it was the first restaurant in Adelaide.
Yeah.
Oh, or was it Sneaky Pickle? Don't know.
Yeah, Sneaky Pickles.
Sneaky Pickle
Yeah,
used to
Pickle,
do
mate.
some shit.
yeah they're
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Shout out them too. They compete as well. We done a few comps with them, and they're fucking crazy, bro. They like clean. They just started competing out of nowhere, and they just took out every pretty much category, first place out of nowhere.
Dude,
bro.
when you're trimming up your chicken thighs and shit, it's
Yeah.
dude, cooking and barbecue, it's like two totally different sports. If
Oh,
you're
yeah.
going to look at it in like for my viewers that mostly MMA fucking fans, if you're going to look at MMA and boxing, it's like that, because
Yeah.
it's two totally different things.
Oh yeah, it's not even nice, man. The competition barbecue stuff.
Isn't it?
Nah, bro.
What's it
made
based off?
It's made to be a one bite thing.
Yeah, right.
So you need the judges will take one bite of it.
That's it.
So the flavors are fucking through the roof. Like,
So it's too much.
oh, bro, you can't have more than like when we compete, and then everyone's like, oh, try this, try. You feel like, oh man,
You need to get
the
a
amount
bit
of times
judgy.
I was
Yeah,
fucking on the
right.
toilet shitting myself after those comps, bro.
When I went to Japan, I wanted to destroy as much Wagyu as I could.
Yeah,
And the Wagyu over there is
Oh,
just
it's
fucking.
hectic.
It's so hectic. You
Yeah.
eat 80 grams of it,
Yeah.
and you will shit your pants for
Yeah.
2 days.
It's
Yeah, we
cheap
had-
too, yeah.
we
It's
had,
cheaper.
Yeah.
we had an A5 at our last steak night.
Yeah, mine.
He missed out on, which was delicious.
But that fucking Japanese Wagyu, it's like
That's what this stuff is. Yeah,
it'd be
Japanese.
85% fat.
Yeah.
A5 Wagyu's like 85% fat. It's delicious, but if you eat more than fucking 50 grams of it.
Isn't it a thing when you're over in Japan as well? So you'll pay heaps over here for Japanese Wagyu, and then you go to Japan, then you pay a fortune for Australian Wagyu.
So Australian Wagyu is really sought after everywhere.
Yeah.
Because Japanese Wagyu's got the massive fat content, whereas Australian Wagyu's
It's a good mix.
it's a crossbreed. It's not
good
real
mix.
Wagyu. It's like perfect amount of lean
really
meat
good.
and fat.
Yeah.
So people like you can eat a 250 gram steak of Aussie Wagyu.
Yeah, fucking nice.
And not feel like shit.
Yeah. But yeah, I was doing that,
You doing that?
building cars and shit.
Building cars and shit,
Doing
just man shit.
Yeah, bro, just being
Just
a
being a
fucking
man.
ultimate dad. Like,
So out of you two, who's got the biggest hog?
Biggest,
Yous would have seen him. Don't lie. Yous
there's
have
definitely
seen him.
been a couple of times.
It was cold that night.
Yeah, don't know. But yeah,
No,
probably
mate,
me.
we need to measure
I
him
got
up
my money
after.
on Remz.
Yeah, you reckon he's got
Yeah,
that?
he's a sleeper.
He does have that. I reckon he's
He's
got
got that
I
sleeper
reckon he's
build.
got that log in him.
Dang.
Pump magic.
Pump Magic, bro. What was that song that we made called?
Young.
Just get them titties out.
Yeah. People don't actually know that we actually had a
MC Crunk. And
MC Crunk and Young Money. We made a Crunk song back in like 2010.
This is well before like trap was
No one
ever
even knows
used
it's
in
out there.
Australia, and yeah, we just got like the most generic trappy beat ever.
and we're doing
these
like
lads
full
were
fake
doing-
American accents. And it was fucking
had like a
sick.
couple thousand views. Too.
Yeah, so any OGs out there who actually know the song, hit us up on the inbox and we'll fucking give you something for free. Fuck yeah.
Do you have some merch?
It's
We
coming,
will.
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's coming.
coming.
Yeah.
I think that was
It
the other.
slowed us down over Christmas. So like with the date Jan 30th and then the Christmas shutdown, it's just slowed everyone. Like, all these people going away to Bali and all this shit. So, but yeah, it's going to be all ready to go pretty soon.
I made a
so.
fucking Shopify account
Yep.
to try because I wanted to try that drop shipping shit, the print to order.
Yeah.
Because last time I did a merch run, I sold like 100 jumpers, and I forgot who I sold them to. So I still got like 30 jumpers there for like 2 years.
Oh, damn. So some cunts paid for them and you just took them for you.
Oh,
dog.
like no, half of them
They're
are
going to
mine.
be watching this fucking steaming cunt.
Hopefully they don't watch the podcast anymore because I scammed them. But I didn't mean to. I'm just a forgetful cunt.
Yeah.
So that print to order shit's like perfect for me, but it's
Yeah, because
fucking
they
hard to
fulfill
set
it all.
up.
And
They
it's-
fulfill it all for
I think
you.
the only bad thing is like poor quality too.
No, you can get as color
You can?
stuff. You
Okay,
can,
cool.
Yeah,
but
it's
they
upgrading.
do take like I think 35 to 40% per order.
Yeah, okay.
But that's not bad for
Yeah,
me because I
sending
don't
as
have
well.
to worry
Better
about
than-
sending
better than
it.
sitting on stock as well.
Yeah. But some BTRG merch would be delicious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's happening.
Yeah,
That's happening on the 30th.
Remz is real good with the fashion shit. I don't know fuck all about fashion. I just wear wife beaters and
Wife
shit.
beaters.
But yeah,
We're gonna-
he's got some killer designs.
We're aiming at bringing in like seasonal stuff, so just constantly dripping new shit through, just like real limited runs of everything, and cycling through different designs all the time. We don't want it to be that generic, just like hip hop logo on the front. We want people to actually want to wear the clothes, and yeah, like you don't need to be in hip hop to wear our merch. Is the whole
Like
aim.
we were talking off camera about Posse Shop,
yeah.
how they've almost made a
Clothing
a clothing brand of
Well,
their
I think that they 100% have.
because
Yeah.
there's this not trend, but there's this thing that this dude in Perth does it really well that I met called Gucci Smoothie. He's got this
Oh, yeah.
brand called Street X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know that.
And
Yeah.
he does limited releases, and it always sells out. It's always hot.
Same as Judah Tribe. He's getting really big too.
And that's like a real good thing, like popular thing to do. Release like when you get bigger, release only 500 items of this specific
Yeah.
brand or 50 items.
Yeah.
And Posse Shop have obviously nailed their marketing on that.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we were going for.
Yeah, they're absolute
They're the
geniuses.
pioneers of it.
Top cunts as
A
well.
lot of Americans and all that were doing it just before, and they were the first in Australia doing it, and they've just nailed it.
And every time they do a drop, man, I
It
go
goes
I go
crazy.
there myself
Yeah.
to try and buy it because I love their shit.
It's
and you
sold
just
out.
the website crashes. They're sold out in an
Big ass
hour.
Posse Shop all day.
Yeah, legends.
They're the homies.
Shout out Kanye,
And
Mr. Muss.
Yeah.
Do they come to? Was that their first time in Adelaide
Yeah, it was I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
when they came? Like that was
Yeah.
that was like a.
Oh no, I think they did one other gig.
No,
years
they
ago.
didn't end up doing it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They did
yeah.
it with like a metal band though, eh?
Yeah, they always do that though.
Yeah. They're like, it was a hardcore band.
That's like such a different mix of characters.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Have you seen their crowds, bro?
Is it? Oh no, I haven't.
It's like
Like that.
cunts
cater-
full mosh and shit. Yeah.
They
right.
cater a lot to like the
Hardcore
skatey sort of hardcore market, and it just fits in really well with their brand, man. So, yeah, it all sort of goes together.
nice.
Funnily enough, like I was at a gig a few weeks before that Posse Shot one, and I was talking to people about it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, my mate in the hardcore band's fucking playing at that show," and they were all hip hop fans that were at this hip hop
Yeah.
gig. So,
Do
kinda
you
works.
have plans to do like a proper tour, or where do you see this? Obviously, you're just doing this for fun now, but do you want to kind of push it to see where it can go, or is this just a project?
We'll just see what happens, man.
Yeah.
We just got to keep. It's like we basically started again, bro. We started the Instagram page again, so we got, and then no one, like, we did have like some decent numbers on Facebook back in the day.
but Facebook's
But
dead water
Facebook,
these days.
no one really goes on there except for your
Marketing's
Uncle
on.
Barry and shit.
It's short form content now.
Yeah.
And it's annoying because I fucking
Yeah.
hate doing it, bro. I hate
Yeah.
sitting up and making 2-minute, 1-minute clips.
Yeah, but we're starting again, bro. So.
Yeah. It's just a different game
There's-
now.
I definitely want to go on tour, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities that are arising. We're just waiting for them to play out. We've got some crazy shit that may be happening. So we're just playing our cards right and just waiting it out at the moment.
And also, like, doing things a little bit differently. So, like, me and Harley been talking, my release is coming, like, doing a show, but, like, a show as in a listening party before it releases and things like that.
I was talking to Goobsy and shit about that, like why they don't do that, because that's sick, but record it as well.
And not like me standing on the stage, me standing in a crowd of people sort of thing, like a cypher almost, and just playing the whole tape through before it's even
A
released.
Kanye Steez.
Yeah, like,
How
yeah,
Kanye
yeah, exactly.
will literally just make people listen to his
yeah,
album.
pretty much. That's what we're going to do.
And we'll have like exclusive merch to that particular gig as well.
Yeah.
So like the fans get looked after. They'll have completely exclusive stuff to that gig. So it's a win-win.
Did you hear, so that Kanye's new album, he sampled
Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys, how hard that beat was, and did you hear the verse?
No, I didn't listen past that little intro teaser that he released.
It's honestly the worst verse you ever fucking hear.
I've never liked Kanye. Oh no, I just
No.
never.
I
really
don't
been
know.
into it,
I can appreciate him, and after watching his Netflix doco, that Genius one, I was like, oh, he legitimately is a talent.
Yeah.
Like he is
Yeah.
a talent.
I like his first two albums.
Yeah, Graduation and fucking
College Dropout,
College Dropout.
and Late Registration. They're good.
He
but
is a talent, but he's just fucking loopy, bro.
Yeah.
He's just loopy.
Yeah.
I think you have to be at a certain point of being an artist.
Oh,
sometimes.
you don't
like
have to. You don't have to be a cunt though.
Yeah, but everyone. What I'm trying to say is like you're always kind of eccentric as an artist. It just depends on what, how full on that is. Obviously, he's got a lot going on, man. So,
But being in that space, it's going to exacerbate any kind
And
of
being in
mental
the
illnesses.
Kardashian kind of
Oh,
limelight
bro,
as
could
well.
you imagine living with that cunt?
Yeah, and being on their fucking show when you don't want to be.
Yeah.
Bro.
And your
Yeah.
kids are growing up on the camera,
Right.
and you're like,
Yeah.
can you not put my fucking daughter on
So
a camera?
yeah, a fucking headache will turn into Asperger's real quick, bro.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like all that tism, yeah. He just formed it.
Yeah, bro. Fucking-
It's the Kardashian curse, dude. Anyone that goes with those girls just fucking ends up in a bad way.
but
Yeah.
with as mentally ill as he is, he's still a billionaire. Like he's worth a lot of
Yeah.
money. He's been able to do whatever he wants to do,
How
and he's
good's
at
his
that
brisket,
point.
though?
His brisket's probably pretty whack.
Dog shit.
But
Dog
yeah.
shit.
He has
I doubt he
people
even
for that.
cooks.
Yeah, there's people for
Bet you he
that.
doesn't have a Datsun either.
Yeah.
Do you have a Datsun?
Fucking oath. I
You
do.
would have a Datsun. Do you fit in it?
Fucking oath I do, cunt. I just sit on the back seat, bro.
Yeah, he built it.
Because you'd have to take the back seat out. That's fucking dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, in regards to gigs, we're trying to actually line up an Adelaide show at the moment. Venues are a cunt, so yeah, there's going to be stuff happening. So
There will.
yeah, yeah.
And people can. We will cut this a bit short today because the boys have to go. Basically, they have to call up Elon Musk to form them a fucking rocket ship to get them back home.
Yeah, it's fucked.
But everyone can find you. You have You just formed your. You
Yeah.
just got an Instagram.
Yeah.
Which are you Remz_BTRG?
Yeah, Remz BTRG.
Remz
that's it.
BTRG.
Yeah.
Your Peeps _BTRG.
I think so.
Pretty much, you can just look up BTRG and you'll find all of us.
You'll find all of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Black Teeth, Red
Yeah.
Gums.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
anything you want to say? 30th of January.
Yeah.
Growth, our first EP drops
Yep.
January 30th. We'll have another music video dropping after that, and then the Remz rollout begins. Remz has got a full album completed with Nebs. Big up Nebs from Sydney. If you're not familiar with Nebs, he did all of the original Cursor albums, and he's like just absolutely killed it on this one. And then after that, we'll start rolling out Peeps and Flu's solo
Big up Flu.
album as well.
Best
Shout
cunt.
out Fluey.
Dirty shit.
And like I was saying, they're all different vibes, man.
Yeah.
They come together as BTRG, and we find that middle point. And then Remz has got his steez, Peeps has got his steez, and it's all going to cater to different markets. And then we're going to start working on this proper debut album as well this year. So we'll see how we go with that, whether we can get that out by the end of the year. So there's lots of stuff happening.
So potentially 4 releases.
Yeah.
He didn't know about this.
Yeah.
No, we did.
No,
But
actually-
like,
Actually, we had another little
Still
surprise come up, a little opportunity come up recently.
Yeah, big one.
So
One of our favourite producers
yeah,
in Australia.
yeah.
Big name, so.
And I'll ask both of you separately. You can both. I'll ask Remz first. If you have, because obviously a lot of the younger people that used to listen to Gravity Ponds and shit, they're big, massive fans of yous. What would you say to them to avoid some of the headaches you had when you were coming up?
as in music or
Yes, music, life.
honestly, my biggest advice would be trust your gut, and be careful of who you hang around. To me, that's the biggest thing. I feel if we made different choices here and there through when we were doing music, it would have been a very different outcome. But yeah, watch the people that you hang around, make sure you trust them, and stay out of bullshit.
And Peeps, same to you.
In life or music?
Both. Because it probably correlates a lot.
Yeah. In life, just, I don't know, let things go, you know. Just try and be the best person you can be. Set yourself up with a good job, man. That you've got that backup. I know a lot of people say, oh, all in and all out, but just be a good person, man. And with the music, just do what you want to do. Just that's, you know what I mean?
If you're going to find your niche, you're going to find your niche.
You're going to find it. It's going to be there. You can't push something you're not. You know what I mean? Like don't try and cater to a market. And try and be the next thing that's already happened. Just keep doing you. If it happens, it happens, man. But if you're gonna push it and try and be something you're not, it's not gonna happen anyway. It's gonna catch up with you in the end, bro. You'll be a flash in the pan. See you later.
And I mean, you might find your niche and it won't pop straight away. You just got to keep going at it.
Yeah.
And one day possibly that whole scene will change and that
Exactly.
style will be in fashion and you'll be
Yep.
the first one doing it.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
Because the worst thing you can fucking do is actually pop off doing something you hate.
Exactly. Then you're stuck. Then you're
Because-
stuck pretending to be this person you're not. You're gonna run out of content, bro.
And that happens, honestly, to 75% of the people you watch on TV. They fucking hate what they do.
you find doing that as well, if they find themselves artistically later, they alienate a lot of their fans as well because they'll completely change their style and all your original fans go, what the fuck is this shit? Because it's not what they're used to, not what they came to you for.
I think that's why we've been able to write so much music now, because we're just being ourselves, bro. Just doing what we like doing, and just not even, you know, we don't have that, like we said, the pressures of trying to make money or do this. You know what I mean? We're just being us, and that's why the content just keeps on coming and coming, because it's easy, bro.
Yeah, no, you two are going to fucking do some really cool shit. I enjoy it. And I appreciate you coming on.
No,
Cheers,
pleasure,
brother.
man.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
I'm
us.
all out.
Big ups.
Boom.